Hey, it's Squarepeg, and I am at the historic Walker Ranch, made famous by Walker, Texas Ranger. This park was named after him, and in his honor for making Texas the great place that it is, being a Texas Ranger. That's all made up. I just made all of that up. But we are here at the historic Walker Ranch, and it's Squarepeg. And I'm going to walk you through my new gear layout for my upcoming Thru-hike of the Appalachian Trail. Okay, I'm going to start with the sleeping system. My sleeping mat is a Climate Static V or Static 5. Tried this out, works very well. I did it on my hike of the Lone Star Hiking Trail. After that, I have a Sierra Madre Puffle. I've been hearing about these quilts, but I wasn't about to spend $400 or $500 on a quilt, so I managed to get this one on sale for, I think it was like right around $100, $120 or so on sale. And it came with a free little pillow. I'll have to see how I like the pillow. I've not tried that yet, or the quilt itself. But I have tried the Sea to Summit Thermic Reactor Extreme. This is a 25-degree sleeping bag liner, and I have extensive experience with these sleeping bag liners, and they are so nice, so comfortable. And I'm starting in Maine this time, so I'm doing SOBO. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my 50-degree bag with me as well as a supplement until I get through the whites, because I know it can get down to freezing. So this is a 50-degree and a 20-degree. I figure I could put them inside each other like I've done before. And at most it only weighs a little over 2 pounds for the both of them, so it doesn't really add a lot to my gear or bulk because they're very small bags. This is a anti-gravity gear Stratus 50, and I've used it on pretty much my whole section hike of the Appalachian Trail from 2019 and 20. So yeah, this is very good. This time I have a new a tent. So I'm going with a going away from the freestanding tent. I'm going to do a pole tent. And this is a thru-hiker tent, is what it's called. Can't remember exactly. It's a MSR Thru-hiker. It's basically a mesh tent, and basically a one-person tent, but it weighs in at 3/4 of a pound. So I'm trying to get lighter and smaller with it, and I got it used, so it was like $70 used. I already have my Kamak tarp, so I'm going to use a tarp in conjunction with that tent, and that'll be my shelter system. Although for the most part I plan on staying in shelters, but I do carry a tent as a backup. There's my REI pack cover. It's fluorescent orange. I always use a pack cover to protect my pack, and a fluorescent orange one because, well, I always assume that there are people hiking out in the woods, and I want to be visible to them. Also, in case I fall off the mountain and get injured, I would really like to be discovered and rescued, so a bright orange pack cover might help with that as well. You know, you never know what happens. It could. For footwear, I have these are actually from the Bass Pro Shop. They were like $40, and I bought them because they remind me of the Keen ones, whereas the Keen sandals cost like $70. It's this feature here that I like about the Keen's footwear, that usually when you hit rocks with your feet when you're hiking, it'll eventually cause the toes to peel and the whole sole to peel off. But Keens have this rubber cup right here, and so do these Bass Pro Shop shoes. And it not only provides a rubber bumper for your toes to protect them, it also keeps the toe cap from peeling off. And I got those. Like I said, it was like 30, came out to 40 with taxes. I also got these Keens at Bass Pro Shop because I was seeing if they had actual boots like these at a store brand, but they didn't. So I got Keens, and they were on clearance at Bass Pro Shop. I think they're like 25% off on clearance, maybe 30. I actually bought 3 pairs of them, and I figured that should cover the entire Appalachian Trail. They are really comfortable. Inside, these ones here right now, I just have some odor eaters and some soft sole arch support insoles. They're gel and memory foam insoles. Yes, I have a Frisbee. Frisbee can be fun, and you put it on your bear cord to keep small animals like squirrels and mice from actually being able to get to your food. They get to that, and then they can't get around it to your food underneath. So there's that. My rain suit is Columbia pants, a marmot top with zippered arm vents, and a nice elastic waistband to keep the drafts out. I'm trying some new knee braces. These are for the Maine and the whites. When you're basically doing a lot of rock climbing and putting your knees on the rocks to like climb up and down, it's got like a pad. So I'm going to try those through the whites in Maine, see if it helps out. It keeps my knees from getting banged up as much. I have my copper fit knee braces for most of the trail. I've used copper fit knee braces pretty much every through hike. I've just started using the last couple through hikes the copper fit socks. I used to use Miracle Copper, but Copper Fit has become much better than they used to be, so I'll wear those. So I have like 2 changes of clothes. I have bought some REI pants on clearance, and they're like really stretchy, and they're really lightweight and breathable. So that'll be good for Maine and New England to deal with the rocky situation. Otherwise, I generally like shorts. I got this camouflage long sleeve shirt, and it's kind of a cool camouflage look. And some Adidas underwear. I have a Russell Cool Force. It's a shirt, and it's really lightweight, breathable. It's a real good base wear. And I have some Wrangler shorts. They're polyester, breathable material. They're just durable. It's going to be able to take the rocks of the whites from crawling around and climbing around on rocks. I have this hat that I bought going through the whites last year, and I got a discount because the Thru-hiker pass was like 25% off, and it was getting really cold, and my other hat kept falling off my head while I was sleeping, and I'd wake up freezing cold. So I got this one, and it works a lot better, and oh, it's so warm and toasty. I just wear it for sleeping. I have another one for during the day. A couple of bandanas, buffs, nice hat for out in the sun, cover my ears up, still let some air blow through my head, but in the shade I'll wear a bandana on my head. I have bicycle gloves. I only see one of them right here, but I keep bicycle gloves for rock climbing, for like hanging my bear rope, you know, for doing that little cord. So I use gloves for pulling my bear cord up and down so I don't get friction burns on my hands. That's my food bag. It's a like a $7 dry bag from Walmart. It's an outdoor products bag. It's heavy duty. It's real slippery, so I've actually seen mice try and jump on it, but it's too slippery, so they slide right off. And I also spray the outside of it with a light dusting of bug repellent to cover any of the scents inside. Okay, I got a shovel for cleaning out fire pits. So I'm going to be doing volunteer work along the way. I'll be cleaning out fire pits. The shovel is actually maybe 1.5 pounds. It's like very lightweight. I have a saw for taking down blowdowns and branches on the trail. It was donated for the trip. My stove set up as a Jetboil Zip. I use a medium-sized canister and it lasts a very long time. I have a couple of eating utensils, a little can opener, a lighter. I usually carry a spare lighter. I don't have one shown. I have a flask, this little flask in here, which I'm going to use to carry olive oil. Here's my off, Deepwood's off, sunblock, help with the ticks and the sun, some carabiners, my headphones. I have a little sewing kit. I have a really lightweight chamois for a towel and this bandana thing that I found on the Appalachian Trail in 2016 or maybe 15 as a washcloth. I have 2 Anchor batteries, 20,000 milliamps. I have fast chargers for them. I charge them up really fast, and I have these new cables, which are high-speed cables. And there goes the plane because I'm right by the airport. Some extra headphones, some extra batteries, and a headlamp. Sound like a goat there for a second. Some lens cleaner for my glasses. It keeps them from getting fogged up. There's my backup water system. It's a Sawyer Mini in a squeeze bag. I have the little bag flush system for it. Some water drops for this stuff up in Maine where you think it may be a water's coming from a beaver pond. You definitely want to treat it for viruses, so you bring on these chemical treatments for any place where you really question the water, because you don't want to drink water coming from a beaver pond without treating it, because you can get a virus and it's bad. My paracords, one of them I just generally use as a to hang my bear bag, and one I use to set up my tarp with. I have toothbrush, floss, folding toothbrush. It's like lightweight, small. There's my other glove right there. I have a belt, which should go with clothing. My Lucky hiking poles that I bought in 2016, and I've pretty much used them on a half a through hike and pretty much a whole through hike again, and section hikes. I have a little bit of first aid stuff. I have some band-aids, some ointments, toothpicks, or tweezers. There's just a little bit of everything. Because I'm picking up trash, I got a little pin in like the walking trash can. Not only that, I pretty much eat anything on the trail, so I'm like a walking trash can like that too. I have some safety meeting officer pins in case I meet anybody on a trail that are promoting safety. offering safety meetings and such. I'll be giving these out. Have an AT guide. And I'm kind of leaning to bring in my Aether 70 anti-gravity bag. While I am going with lighter gear, it's still kind of bulky, so I'm going to be lighter than I usually am, so I'm going to carry, just having a larger bag will help out a little bit just to fit everything in. I always carry a thing of gel pepper spray on my shoulder, just in case I've run into dogs on the trail before. Never had to use it, but I keep it right there where I can get it handy. I keep my water pouch in my side pocket, simply because it's a lot easier to get it in and out of there than storing it inside your pack, where it might spill and get all your stuff wet. This is Sidekick. I've taken Sidekick on an almost entire through hike in section hikes, so he did it almost the entire trail. My little thermometer, keep track of the temperatures. This is my Sierra Madre camp chair. Yes, I have a camp chair, and this one is really nice. Okay, my Sierra Madre camp chair. I was very hesitant about getting a camp chair because the biggest problem with camp chairs is it's always so loose soil around, and you always sit down and they sink down into the soil. One leg will like sink down and then you'll tip over, and it's bad. They just generally don't work. Most of them aren't trail worthy unless you have really hard packed soil. So I saw this with its little tarp at the bottom, a little foot stand, and they have like little foot pegs that it goes into, like the rubber tips on a hiking pole, and that little flat stand. And I've taken this for 86 miles on the Lone Star Hiking Trail, and it held up very well, and it is very comfortable. It's the same company that I got the puffle from, Sierra Madre. And I got both of these on sale. I bought the chair and got the little stand for free. So this is my gear. Another plane. This is my gear for my upcoming 2021 Appalachian Trail Thru-hike. I'll be starting tentatively on the 15th, and I'll be of June, and finishing hopefully by December 15th in Georgia. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have questions, leave them below in the comments, and hope to see you all out on the trail. It's Squarepeg.